speakers are Vikas and Manish. They are from Delta CX company.
Good morning, everyone. All the experienced ones and the newcomers who are attending for the first time, and everyone, right? Very, very good morning to all of you. I'm Vikas Balyan. I'm working as a technical team lead in Delta CX. With me, I have my colleague Manish.
Hi guys, this is Manish, working as a consultant on Delta CX, working mostly on public sector solutions. So we will be giving a brief introduction on what benefit management is on a public sector solution, how it helps government to reduce their cost, to efficient the work efficiency of all their employees. So
Right.
over to you,
So
Vikas.
this conversation is going to be a lot interactive. My way of communication is very casual. So I'll be talking to you, and I'll be going very, very casually, explaining all the things about the public sector solution. So before we dive into that, let's go ahead and look at the agenda that we are going to have today. So we will start from the introduction and the roadmap. We will be giving the overview of the session, what it is about, what we will be talking about. Then we will deep dive into understanding the PSS and specifically the benefit management feature of the PSS. In a little bit, I will talk to you through all the features that PSS gives you, and then again focusing on the benefit management, which is the highlight of the today. Then we will move on about talking about the solutions that benefit management provides, and what are the pain points, what are the benefits of implementing the benefit management in the public sector. After that, we will come with the practical applications. Basically, we will be giving a demo to all of you where we will be explaining how it helps the government, how it helps the constituents who are under any government, right, and how it helps streamlining and reimagining how the government is giving the benefits to their constituents. And in the end, we will be talking about the summary. We will also share some of the resources with you where you can go if you want to learn more about the public sector solution, benefit management, and all of the other features of the PSS, and then the closing remarks. So coming to the PSS. PSS, as the name suggests, this is Public Sector Solutions. This is an offering from the Salesforce, and primarily it focuses on the administration of the governments. Now it is applicable on all the levels. You can talk about the municipality or state level government or the national level government and even the international government as well, right? Now, what was the need of public sector solution? Why did it came into the picture, right? How did it come into the picture? Now, the digitalization of the government schemes or the government operations have always been, very important, right? There are multiple benefits when you talk about the digitalization. It helps you in, interacting more with your audience. It helps the government in releasing their schemes to the end customer, which is the constituents in our scenario, right? So that's apart from the digitalization. When this corona pandemic came into the picture, right, around 2019, 2020, at that time all the operations of the of the public level of the administration, they were disrupted, right? We didn't have the manpower, right? At that time, it was more essential, and the importance of the digitalization, came into the, it was very apparent to everyone, that why we should have the digitalization, why we should be focusing more on, having the, all the operations of the government, digitalized, right? The more, the better, right? So at that time, Salesforce thought about it, and they did a thorough analysis, how the government functions across the globe. Their primary focus was obviously the USA, because they had the insight and the resources to do the thorough research, how the US government is working out. So the data model and all the entities that you will be looking at over here, they are primarily driven by the US market, the US government, how they functions, but with a little bit of tweak and customization, you can apply it in all the different markets, right? So we have implemented this PSS into Australian government, into obviously the US one. We are talking about, now the public sector have come to the India as well. You will see the CEO talking about, how they are planning to invest a lot of, into the Indian government sector as well, right? So that was the basis. So what they have done is they have studied all of the administration of the government, and they have segregated the functioning of the government into 9 to 11 different sectors, right? So these are the different features that they have come up with. You will have the benefit management, which is the focus for today, but then you have the contact center management, emergency programs, license and permit management, and all of that, right? To give you like where they all fit in, I'll give you an example of this emergency programs. So a fresh example that you can think about is right now there is a wildfire going on in LA, right? If you have heard about it, right? So that is a national level emergency that has come into, right? So where you can utilize this emergency programs are any scenario, any public, any issue which can impact the public at the large scale. You can implement this emergency programs feature of the PSS, and through that you will be able to reach out to the end constituents, your voters, right, or the public in general who are getting affected by it, right? Now the emergencies don't come pre-planned, right? It can happen anytime, right? So the emergency program will help you out in relieving all of these as per to your need, right? So if there is a wildfire, then you can roll out a program which will specifically cater to the wildfire, right? If there is a earthquake, then you will have you can roll out a program very quickly to cater to the need of all the people who are impacted by it. There might be a tsunami or anything, right? So these are the programs which will help you out during that issue, the pandemic or anything, or even after that when you want to reach out to the end person and you want to give them the assistant they might be in the need of. Similarly, the license and permit management, whenever you want to open a shop, right, or you want to open a business, even you want to open a restaurant or anything, right, at that time you are in the need of the licensing, right? You need to apply for the licenses. When you are applying for the licenses, then there will be some permits which will be assigned to you. So to give you an example, if you want to open an office like this, you will need to have the fire permit as well, right? You will need to have the license to run the company, obviously. Apart from that, there will be multiple permits which will be needed, right? The fire permit being one of them, right? So there will be different sections of the government which will be involved in all of this process, right? So as a citizen, if I want to open up my office, right, or if I want to open a restaurant for me, then I need to connect with the different sections of the government, right? I will need to go to the different departments, get the permits over there, right? So this LPI thing, right, LPI management, this is going to help you out in getting in touch with the government, right? Government will be easily to, it will be very easy for you to get in touch with the government. It will be easier for the government employee to, do the assessment, to do the inspection, right? Utilizing this management thing. So what we are looking at is when you implement any of the feature in any of the, scenario, you are basically looking at saving a lot of resources in terms of your manual power, in terms of the money that the government is going to save, right? And all of the money, all of the manual power that you are saving, obviously the government will be able to put them to the better use, right? The more important one, right? Now, let's deep dive a little bit into the technicality. What you are looking at over here is we call it a layer, a cake, a pie. Basically, this is the architecture on how the PSS has been built on, right? At the bottom, what you are looking at is the Salesforce Customer 360. This is the basic Salesforce feature, basic Salesforce platform, right? So you have Sales Cloud, on the basis of which the Salesforce was constructed, right? When you started, they had the Sales Cloud, which is the CRM for you, right? Then you have the Service Cloud, then you have the Experience Cloud, right? all of these together come into the picture, and then they form a 360-degree view of the applicant or of the end-to-end process, right? So you will have the applicant, you will have the government employee, you will have the beneficiary, and at a single click, at a single page, you will be able to see all the details, right? You will be able to see the personal details of the applicants. You will be able to see what are the benefits he is already entitled to, right? So supposedly when you are talking about a person, he might be entitled to different benefits, right? He might be enrolled in the health benefits, he might be enrolled in some other benefits, right? So you will be able to see all of that utilizing this Salesforce Customer 360. On top of it, we have the industry common layer. How does industry common layer helps you out is basically this is no code, low code tools and components, which is the offering from the Salesforce, which will help you in setting up the community, the portal, utilizing which you can connect with the end constituent can connect with the government, right? So that portal is basically on the customization level. You don't have to write a code for it, right? Similarly, it also provides you the dynamic forms. Again, it makes it easier for the constituent to connect, provide his information. It might be the personal information, it might be the financial information, right? So all of that you can utilize industry common layer to fill all of that information. Then again, for the government employee, they need to assess, right? They need to see that, okay, if they have got an application, that what are the different features of that application, what are the different components of that application, right? And what are the different benefits that that particular person might be entitled to. So all of that will come into the industry common layer. We will be talking about a little bit more in the around industry common layer in the next slide, but for now we will move on. Then we have the public sector toolkit. Public sector toolkit, like again, this is only a subset of the different toolkits that Salesforce provide, which will again help you in setting up the all of the portal and all of the system for the government in a very minimum amount of time. So what you see over here, the pre-screening application, reviewing the missing information, assigning the benefit to the constituent, then benefit disbursement, seeing the entitlements and everything. This is part of the toolkit which Salesforce provides. Now, when we say that Salesforce has come up with these features, right, the public sector solution. So what they did was they came up with a data model, right? I mean, obviously, whatever they have built, if you can also make it from the custom point of view as well, right? So if any one of you is familiar with the Salesforce, you can create your own data structure, right? So, but the issue is that if you go about and you do the research, right, first you will have to go to the government, right? You will have to connect with them, do discovery sessions, and then come up with a data structure which might cater to their need, right? So all of that Salesforce has already done for you. And then they have come up with the different data models for different features, right? So how it helps you is, as soon as the government contacts you to build anything related to any of their feature, you already have a predefined, pre-built data structure modeled and catered only for the for that particular need, right? So you don't have to build everything from the lower ground, right? So you are already ahead in that time. You have saved months of time in investing in the discovery and and in trying to understand the need of the government. You already have all of that pre-built for you, right? So that's the benefit that you get out of these data models. But you see 165 entities over here. These are the different entities which are already included into this. Basically, are different objects and the data models, and they are already coming with the new entities, always incorporating every one of them into this, right? After that, we come with the public sector processes. So these processes, you will be able to see these are the very common processes. whenever you are, I mean, if any one of you have gone to take your license, right, or even if you have interacted with any of the government entities, the first process in all of that is the intake. So basically, you will have to fill out a form, right, or you will have to provide a certain kind of information to the government employee or to the government, right? So that process comes into the intake part, and industry common layer tools helps you in setting it up, right? They will help you out in the dynamic form, utilizing which you can fill your information and then submit it, right? Second part is the assessment. Again, in the assessment, utilizing the industry common layer, you will have certain tools available to you. Like for example, you can set up certain assessment questions, right? How that will help you is that suppose there are 10 different government employees working in a particular department, right? Similar kind of application is being submitted to them to review that, right? Now, depending if we don't have any standardized way, if we don't know, what they should be looking for, so they will take the decision based on their own understanding, right? So some of them might ask 5 questions, some of them might go till 15 questions, right? So the process becomes very cumbersome, right? And the end client, basically the constituent in this scenario, the applicant, he doesn't have any idea that why his application is being rejected or approved, where this application is sitting at the moment, right? So this utilizing this assessment process, we can set up certain scenarios, certain assessment questions, like we have already set up 20 assessment questions, right? Now it doesn't matter which particular government employee is looking at your application, they will have to go through each of these questions, right? And they will have to mark it, right? If it is fulfilling the need of that particular application approval or rejection or not, right? So that is like just one example how you can do it, but there are other multiple tools as well utilizing which you can do the proper assessment of that, right? Then you have the delivery. Obviously, if you are approving a particular application, then basically then after the next step will be to provide the benefit to that particular participant. So supposedly if I have applied for a health benefit, right? It might be the Bhamasha Yojana in the Rajasthan government, right? It might be any other scheme for which you are applying. Once your application gets accepted, after that you are eligible for that benefit, right? So that delivery section will cater to that need, that how that benefits are getting delivered to you, yeah, to the constituent. And then the last comes the monitoring part. Now for a government or for any entity, supposedly if you have set aside 1,000 crore rupees of budget for a particular scheme, right? Now it's important for the government to know that out of that budget, how many have been utilized, right? So at any moment of time, after a year or so, or even after 6 months, 2 months, right? Employee sitting at the higher level, they want to see that let's see that how much of the budget we have already utilized, right? So you can do that utilizing the benefit management that we are going today, and that will come into the monitoring part, so that you are always aware that out of the actual budget which was supposed to go to the constituent, how much of it has been really been utilized. You can even drill down and see that we have provided benefit to the 100,000 people, right? And each of them, out of these 100,000, which particular person got how much assistance, how much money was provided to him, right? Or how much subsidy was provided to him. So everything can be catered down and everything can be monitored utilizing the benefit management feature that we are providing to you, right? After that, we have the portal template, which is the experience. All of these sections that you are seeing over here, these are the predefined template, again offering of the benefit management or the public sector solution. When we say that they came up with the public sector solution, along with the data models, all of these templates they have created, so that when you start working on it, you already have all of these things which will help you out in setting up all of this process, right? which again minimizes your time to roll out any application, right? So instead of investing 6 months, 8 months, or even a year, you can start within 15, 20 days, right? Because you already have all of those things. So how is it going to help you out? The portal template, which is part of the Experience Cloud, is the portal which you will roll out to the constituents. So you will give them one place where they can go and look for all the benefits which they are eligible for, right? They have multiple templates with them. As per the need, you can just pick it up and create one portal as per the need, right? Then you have the pre-screener, application, change of circumstances. So basically these are the forms, the question answers which Salesforce gives you out of box, utilizing which again you don't have to write any code, you don't have to look for any other things. You already have 15 OmniScript and 196 assessment questions which you can utilize out of box, right? Obviously there is a lot of customization which is possible, which you can do, but this is something which is coming out of box. And similarly you have the data raptors, integration procedure and everything, right? And on top of it you have different public sector application, which is a combination of all the relevant objects and the the components which is helpful for that particular need. So again, this is one of the slide related to the industry common layer that we were talking about. Again, a little bit of the technical details over here. What you are seeing are the different components. So basically, all the tools and components that PSS provides, we have segregated them between these different sections. So you have relationship, and then utilizing these actionable relationship center or hierarchical view, you can have a proper view in visualization on how you are looking at your data, right? Then you have the documents. Utilizing the document generation, you can create PDF on the go. You don't have to build any custom code for it, right? So these are the predefined tools that the Salesforce is providing for you. Similarly, you have the guided flow. So one of the pain points might be for you that when you are filling out a form, the UX or the UI of the government site is not good enough, right? When you are filling out the form, you don't know what information you need to put over there, right? So the OmniScript is going to give you a guided flow. It will tell you, that at which step you are and what information you need to fill out over there. Similarly, you have the business rule engine, which automates the eligibility check. Like how, if you are applying for a benefit scheme, then how you can, on what basis you are doing the eligibility check, if that particular person is, if he is eligible for a particular benefit scheme or not. So all of that can be, automate utilizing all of these tools over here. Right. So again, we have the, out of a lot of features that the Salesforce provides you, or the specifically related to the PSS, we will be focusing on only 3 or 4 of them, because obviously there is a lot of it, and looking at the time constraint, we can't go over there. But we have the OmniScript, business rule engine, action plans, and integration procedure. How OmniScript will help you is that they provide you again the guided step-by-step guide, workflow, that how you can create the dynamic forms for the end customer. You will have your inputs over there. It will be really visibly, very apparent to you that what information you need to provide and where, right? What is the impact for the government in all of that? First one is because there will be a reduction in the error while you are taking the input from the participant, right? So because you have standardized the form, and you can also change it as per your need. So the reduction in the error is the one thing. Smoother interaction, and it minimizes the need of the staff, right? The manual intervention is minimized a lot. You have automated the the forms, right? And online you are submitting it, so that's one thing. Business rule engine is a set of rules which you can pre-configure, which will determine on the basis of the input data. So when you are submitting your form, whatever data you have filled over there, On the basis of that, BRE will automatically tell you if you are eligible or not, right? So a person, government employee who is working on an application, they don't have to do calculation manually, right? They already the data is there by the applicant. When they go to the application, they will already know if that particular person is eligible for a benefit or not, right? So that will help you out in a consistent, accurate, and policy compliant manner, right? What that means is, because the manual intervention is not there, and you will be able to tell the constituent that because of these scenarios, right, we have the predefined rules, and you don't qualify for that benefit that you are applying for. Then you have the action plans. Again, the action plans are something which you can, which will help you out in standardizing the process, or how you should be, how and government employee should be catering to the application, right? What are the different set of questions that they should be looking for? What are the different checklists that they should be looking for, right? So we can standardize it. Again, you can have a lot of assessment questions, action plan created depending on different type of application. All of that can be pre-configured, right? So you don't have to put effort into this. First thing you are going to have is the consistency and the accountability, right? Because again, since the questions and the assessment and everything is pre-configured, right? When you are setting up all of this operation, you have already defined that when you are looking at an application for the health benefit, these are the different things which you need to look for, right? You need to see that if that particular person is, the verification is performed or not. What are the different kind of verification document that you should be looking for, right? It might be the caste certificate, it might be your income certificate, right? It might be any other kind of certificate. So you will predefine it, and once he has checked it, once the government employee says that yes, I have verified it, only then you will be able to move forward, right? So all of that can be catered through the action plans, and again, this will ensure that there is accountability between the government employee, right? The government employee cannot do, as per their own independent thought process, they can't do anything like that, right? Then once you have gathered the information through the dynamic forms, and you need to store that information somewhere, right? So how you are going to store that information in the backend or in the Salesforce? That's where the integration procedures come into the picture. Integration procedure in the very layman term is, this is a no-code tool that will provide you a way to interact with the Salesforce database. So whatever information you are gathering, supposedly Manish is providing some input, right, in the dynamic forms. So utilizing IP, whatever information he has provided, you need to store it in the Salesforce, so that whenever you are looking at it, right, after that, then you will have that handy. So utilizing the integration procedure, you can do that. You can also integrate with different system. If you want to verify some information, right, again, utilizing the IP, you can do that. You don't have to write any code as such. If needed, you can also call the Apex classes and everything, which is the code tool from the Salesforce side for that. Now, whatever we have been talking about till now, that was related to the PSS broadly, right? We haven't come to the benefit management. Now let's start focusing on the benefit management, what benefit management actual is, and so we will start from the definition. As you can see that it's very apparent from the naming convention itself that any kind of benefit, if you are giving to your constituent, right, that will be catered into the benefit management. Now this benefit might be monetary in the nature, or it might be any subsidy that you are giving to your constituent, right? So it might be the health benefit, whatever kind of benefit you are giving, all of that can be summarized into the benefit management feature, right? So to give you an example, I mean, we have this, there is one scheme that Rajasthan government runs, which is the Rajasthan Annapurna Rasoi Yojana, right? As per this scheme, you can go to any kitchen which is being run by the Rajasthan government, and you can get a thali of food under 8 rupees or so, something like that, right? So for each of the thali, Rajasthan government gives 22 rupees of subsidy to the vendor who is running the kitchen, right? So this is one of the example of the benefit management scheme that the government is running, right? So what we mean to say by this is that it's not necessary that you have to give money directly to the person. Any kind of subsidy or whatever you are giving, that will be catered into the benefit management. These are different use cases. So this is what you have been talking about, right? Like, what are the different use cases where you can utilize the PSS and specifically the benefit management. So what you see over here is we will start from the state and local example. These are the different schemes which are being run by the Rajasthan government, right? And all of these schemes specifically gives benefits to the constituent like you and me, right? Now it's a different thing that out of these, for how many we are eligible or not, that will differ from person to person depending on the different criteria, right? Like for example, there was this interesting theme, anti-bird net. I didn't know about it, but you can get subsidy if you want to put anti-bird net around your house or office, right? So the government provides you that benefit. So this is like one of the example of that. Then on the central level, you have the direct benefit transfer or the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana or National Food Security Act or anything, right? So all of these schemes again comes under the benefit management scope. Then on the global level, you will have basic income trials or the welfare programs which are being run across multiple government, right? And number of programs which are being run over there. In the foreign, you also have the unemployment insurance or the unemployment benefit that you get, right? So if you are unemployed and you are a permanent resident of that government, then you will get certain amount of money, right? So that's the kind of benefit that you get. Now, before we go to the next slide, again, I'll come to the question and I'll ask you that, do we have any idea how many benefit schemes are being run by the government? It might be the state government or it might be the center government. Any idea, any number, any guess that you guys can do? No? Supposedly you get to know that it might be 1,000, 2,000 or whatever, right? Out of these, a single person, like if I talk about you, then how many you are eligible for out of these 1,000 different schemes which are being run, right? We won't know, right? Supposedly I tell you that you might be eligible for 10 or 20 or even 50 of. Then the next step will be how you will get to know where you will have to go to understand, okay, so I know someone have told me that I am eligible for 50. Now I am panicking that I am missing out on a great fortune, right? I could have applied for these 50, I could have gotten a lot of benefit out of them, but how do I get to know about all of this, right? So these are the pain points that from a constituent point of view, like we will all have, right? Just to give you a brief overview, center runs around 740 schemes, which will come under the benefit management, right? And then we have around 65 centrally sponsored scheme. I'll tell you the difference between these two. And the Rajasthan state government is running around 200, right? So out of these, if we combine all of these, so this comes around 1,000 or 1,100 or so, right? So these many schemes are being run, and we don't have any idea how much we are eligible for and how we can apply for them, right? The difference between the center sector scheme and centrally sponsored scheme will be, the center sector scheme is something which is purely being run by the center itself. It's in direct control of the center. The centrally sponsored scheme will be that they provide the support to the state government. The money will be given by them, but it will be implemented by the state government, right? So that's the difference between these two. And these are just the example of different schemes which might be being run. So again, coming to the pain points in a little bit of detail. The first one is the poor applicant beneficiary experience, right? Even if you get to know, if you go to any site, the government site, I've tried. There are a lot of sites where you can get to the information, where you will get to know, that what schemes is being done and everything. But it's very confusing. I've tried it manually, like myself, right? But I was not able to get to, like, where should I be applying for, which one I will be eligible for, or all of that, right? So that turns into the very poor experience for the end customer, which will be the constituent, and that results in the dissatisfaction with the government, right? The second pain point will be the lack of visibility into the timing. So if I applied for a benefit, somehow I was able to apply for it, right? It might be the Bhamasha Yojana or any other thing, right? Now I won't know that at a particular time, where my application is sitting, right? I don't know if it is in the registrar office. I don't know if it is sitting with the DM, or it has gone higher up. If so during that period, 1 month or 2 months or so, whatever timeline they have decided, I won't be knowing about the status of my application. Then there is processing delay. Again, might be number of reasons because of which there are delays happening for my application, right? From the government point of view, the pain points will come out as the inefficiencies of the scheme. So as a government, you want to reach out to the all the constituent, right? You have set up a budget. You have invested a lot of your manual resources and a lot of money into analyzing that for a particular sector, what kind of benefit schemes we should be rolling it out, right? So a lot of investment goes into that, right? And then you have set up a budget that 1,000 crore or 2,000 crore should be giving out to this particular sector of the society to help them uplift, right? But because you don't have the streamlined process, because of that, you are not able to fully utilize that budget, right? A lot of it is going wasted. So from the government's point of view, it's a lot of waste of the manual power. It's a lot of waste of the money, which will be obviously our money, the voters' money, right? So that's one of the pain points for the government. And they are not able to, again, track the schemes. They are not able to track, how much money has been spent where, but the Salesforce is going to give you that point, that till the very last point, you will be able to know that, a particular, each penny has been spent where, right? Again, the citizens awareness issue we just talked about, right? We are not aware about any schemes. We don't know how to apply. We don't know how much we are eligible for. The last one will be the government challenges for the government employees. Again, cumbersome paperwork is one of them, flooding of the application. Being in a country where we are, there is a lot of population, right? A lot of applications which are coming into the government offices, and the government employee, don't know how to handle all of them, or even if they are going to handle it, then it will take a lot of time because of the number of the application, right? So if we implement the benefit sector, benefit management sector of the PSS for this particular scenario. So supposedly the Rajasthan government comes to you with all of these pain points, right? And they say that, see, we want to have a solution where it's easier for the beneficiary or the constituent or the voters like you and me to reach out to us, right? It should be easier for them to fill out the form. It should be apparent to them, like, where they can go to look for an application, right? At a single portal should be provided to them, where they will get to know all the benefits they are eligible for, right? So it will be easier for them, right? So and after that, once they have given us the information, we should be able to analyze that information properly. We should be able to assess that information in an effective manner, in a timely manner, and roll out the benefits to that particular person within the time limits, right? And the third point might be that once we have given the benefits, then we should be able to monitor that how much money has been spent, how much budget is remaining, how effective we were when we rolled out this particular scheme, so that will form the future of the future schemes. Because once you get to know that whatever application or the scheme that you have rolled out, how successful it was, it's very important for government to know, or for any organization to know, that once they have rolled out a scheme, how successful that scheme was. On the basis of that only, you will be able to come up with the new schemes, or with the need of the changing environment. So the first benefit that you are going to get out once you implement the benefit management of the PSS will be the simplifying the benefit search, enrollment and notification. So you will be able to go to a portal, you will be able to look for if you are eligible for any particular benefit or not, how many benefits you might be eligible for, right? And once you have identified that, I want to apply for this benefit, you will be able to easily apply for that benefit, right? That's the first benefit that you are going to get out of it. Then you have the automation of the eligibility determination. What does that mean is, again, I have mentioned the BRE when we were talking about the technical aspect of this, the business rule engine. So that will help you out in automating the eligibility criteria on the basis of the input the constituent has provided. On the basis of that, you will be able to identify if that particular person was eligible for that benefit or not, right? So there is no manual intervention required as such. You don't have to do anything in terms of the calculation. You might have to assess the documents that they have provided, but that's a different thing, right? Then you have the boost caseworker and service provider productivity. Obviously, when there is comparatively less work, comparatively manual intervention is less. You just have to look at the application, verify a few documents, and then easily from there itself you can give the benefits to the end client, right? So this will obviously boost the productivity of the government employee who is working on this. And the last one will be the unlocking the real-time program insights. That is for the government, for any person sitting higher up. It might be your chief minister or the home minister or anyone, right? They want to see at any given point that a benefit, a particular scheme, how it is running right now. What is the success rate for that particular benefit scheme that we have rolled out? How much of the budget has already been spent, right? So for example, in the starting, you just set aside 500 crore for a scheme, right? And you see that even within a 6 months period of time, because of the success of the scheme, 400 crore has already been spent. And then there is a need to increase the budget, right? You can do that instantly, right? So that insight the benefit management will give you that insight, right? You don't have to say someone to tell you that, all the budget has been spent. After that, you will come into the play, and then it will take you months to roll out all of that, the additional budget that will hamper the overall progress of the scheme. Now, since we have talked about all the benefits and the pain points of the benefit management, now let's come to the again the data architecture. I won't be boring you with all the details. Just to tell you what you are seeing over here. These are the objects which will represent the participant who will be applying for the benefit. Then you have the programs which are being rolled out by the government, right? Then you have the different benefit and the benefit types of the different types. When you are giving the assignment, then you have the benefit assignment to cater for that. When you do the disbursement, you have an object to cater for that. For the adjustment and everything, even if you want to create a case or something like that, right? So let's not go into detail. I know like a lot of us are very new to this. They might not be able to understand, but this is just an overview. And again, this is what the Salesforce has come up. When we say that we have come up with the benefit management, right? This is what they are talking about, that they have specifically catered the data architecture, which is out of box. You don't have to create all of these objects and everything. It is already there in Salesforce. You can just enable the feature, benefit management feature in your org, and start utilizing all of these, which will help you out in implementing this. So again, for the applicant, how it is going to work, right? He'll go to the portal. He'll try to find the different benefits he might be eligible for. He'll apply for the benefits. He'll verify all the documents, all the supporting documents that might be needed for that. and then in the last he will confirm that that yes, I am satisfied whatever I am submitting with all the information properly being assessed. How it is going to work out for the government employee? The first step is again going to be the intake. Once the application has been submitted, right after that you are doing the assessment of the application. Then you have the delivery where you are disbursing the benefits which you think that particular person might be eligible for, and after that there is a monitoring. So for example, suppose for a scheme Manish has applied for, right, and he is eligible for that scheme for 5 years. So for 5 years, at every month he should be getting 2,000 rupees, right? So once you have accepted his application and delivered the benefits to him, there will be a disbursement record created for 5 years, right? And they will be scheduled to be rolled out at every month. Now after 1 year you want to see that how many benefit has already been dispersed to that particular person and how much is remaining. You can do that monitoring utilizing the benefit management. Then in the starting I am the applicant. I have submitted my form, right? That form gets my application gets accepted or not. On the basis of that I will be considered the beneficiary, right? If it is rejected, then I will not be considered a beneficiary, but if it has been accepted, then I will be considered a beneficiary. And as a beneficiary I can do report changes, I can do recertification, and I can also view the information. What does this mean is you will log in into the portal, again the same portal from where you have applied for. There might be a scenario, supposedly when I applied for a benefit, my household members were 4, right? After 1 year, I got married, right? So my household member increased. Now it's 5, right? That will impact the benefits that I am getting. There is a possibility that I was not eligible for a particular benefit in the starting, but now since my household members have increased, my expenses have increased, but my income is still the same, right? So there is a possibility that I might be eligible for the more benefits. So in that scenario, I can come to the portal, I can do my report changes. I can report my changes, whatever has been to. Then there are schemes where we have to. There are a few certificates where you have to recertify on the yearly basis, right? It might, I'm not sure, it might be the caste certificate or something like that. I'm not quite sure. It might be your income certificate that you might have to submit on the yearly basis just to re-verify that you are still eligible for a particular benefit that you are getting, right? So if you need to do that, then again you can go to the same portal, recertify yourself, resubmit your information, and then that will be looked into. And then in the end, again, at any point of time, if you want to see how much benefit you have already gained, how much benefits are still remaining, what is the schedule of the benefits, when you will be getting the next benefit, all of that you can see from the view information. We have the customer need. Again, we are trying to intake the process to gather essential data. That is the first part of any process, right? How we are going to solve from the Salesforce point of view is we will have to activate the benefit assistance in the Salesforce, right? And the use case will be the standardized data application process, right? That's the first case study that's with us. The impact, if we implement the benefit management and enable this, the impact is going to be that seamless mapping of the intake data. So there will be a standardization in how we are intaking the data, right? The second scenario is where from the government's point of view, whatever data has been provided by the end applicant, we want to store all of that essential information to determine the program eligibility, right? So for that, from the benefit management, we will have to activate the benefit disbursement, and what it's going to do is it's going to store all of the important data from the applicants, right? And that is going to improve the accuracy in determining the benefit eligibility. And this is the last one, again related to that itself, that from a government employee point of view, right, how you can streamline, that how you are looking at the data, is it in the readable format or not, accessible format or not, right? there might be 100 data points which might be there, right? But only few of them might be relevant for you, right? So you can customize your view in a way that is very accessible for the government employee. That will again reduce the headache for that person, right? Now let's dive into the demo. Manish will be the applicant for us, right? He'll try to log in into the portal which the government has provided to us, right? And he will try to see that what are the different benefits he is eligible for. Manish?
Okay guys, so I think I will start, then let's see. Okay, this is one of the portal that we have created using Experience Cloud that Salesforce provide. We have used a benefit assistant template that Salesforce provides us out of the box. We did some customization to give the logo of our company. Yeah, we did that. And then we have this simpler home screen where a applicant can come and check if he's eligible for any benefit or not, or he can, if he know that I'm eligible for these benefits, he can come directly and apply now. So we will start from check eligibility. So he click on check
So before
eligibility.
moving to that, the previous screen that you were seeing, that was the out of box the template that the Salesforce has provided as part of the benefit management, right? We did some customization on that to just make it to a little bit more personalized as per our use case, as all the governments across the globe will do, right? There are a lot of customization that you can do over there, a lot of pages that you can include over there, header, footer and everything as per your need. Once he has clicked on the check eligibility button, there we are utilizing the OS, and these are all the information initially that we are taking from the applicant. Please.
Yes, and to save our some time, I have included a button to autofill those fields. He have filled out the data. Applicant.
Let's go through. Can we go back?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So these are all the details: date of birth, citizenship status, state, and everything. The how many people are there in your household? What are your annual income before taxes? What are the expenses for your household and everything? Are you currently married or not? And all of that basic information we are taking from the person.
Here the BRE runs in background, takes the data input that user provided. Based on that, he will show you the list of the benefits that you are applicable for. Here's the few demo benefits that we have taken for benefits. Now it's automatically shows that you are eligible for these few benefits.
Right. So previously what you were looking at, that was the OmniScript, again part of your one of the layers that we were talking about, right? That gives you the step by step. Can you go to the same screen?
Sure.
So again, all of these question answers and everything, there are 15 OmniScript provided by Salesforce out of box. You can utilize any one of them, right, which are very commonly used. On the right, what you are seeing, this is the step-by-step, guide that the applicant can see, right? So right now he will be able to see that, okay, I am on the personal information page. There I have to provide all the personal information, and then you will have the result over there. Now this is a very simplified version of the eligibility form that we have created. It depends on you, on your customization, on your need, that how much information you want to, show over there. Once you click on next, then you will go to the next screen. There you are able to see in the backend we are running the business rule engine. That was the automated tool that we have told you about, right? Based on all the input data that has been provided to us, in the backend we are doing the calculation, right? And a person, the applicant, the Manish is able to see that, okay, I am eligible for these four benefits. Now, if I am to go over there and my household incomes or any of the parameters changes, right? So the result will be different, right? So instead of 4, I might be only seeing 1 benefit, right? Now this is only to see that how many I am eligible for, right? You are a guest user, you haven't logged in or anything, right? You just want to see, I'm curious that how many benefits I can be. So you can just go over there, fill out the information, click on check eligibility, and you will be able to see all the benefits that you might be eligible for, right? Yeah, please move forward.
So going forward, he can directly click on apply button from here. This button will take him to the form where he can apply. As I'm logged in already, we run integration process in backend that will run some data mappers. That's a bit technical thing, but it will automatically takes the data from Salesforce database and autofill few details to save the time of the applicant. So he didn't have to fill every time the same details that are already available on the Salesforce level.
So there are two kind of experience that you might be experiencing over here. Because Manish was already logged in, his user was already created in the portal, right? So that is why he was able to see directly, redirected to this screen, and all of the information was pre-filled for him, right? But if you are a guest user, right, you haven't logged in, you just someone, send you the site, that guy, you can go over there and look for it. Then you won't be coming directly to here. Once you click on apply, it will take you to the login screen where you will have to register yourself, providing your username and password and everything. Once you have done that, in the backend, we will create a person account for you with all of the information that you have provided to us, right? And then you will be coming to this screen where it might be pre-filled, or you might have to, manually fill all the information out, right? Again, all of this is, we are utilizing another OmniScript to show you all of this information, to gather all of this information. It's a little bit extensive version of the previous one. Here you will be able to see that there are multiple steps associated, right? As Manish will go forward, he will show you that what are the different details that we are taking over here.
So as to save time, I have pre-filled all the details on the user level. So you can see that there are details are coming pre-filled. You can edit those fields. You can step by step. It's also guide you to show that okay, these field or steps you have been done on these steps you are currently on. And here that's a simplified version of signing those things. I think I misspelled my name itself, but okay. Then you click on next. Here you can, it's fully customizable. You can customize how you want to show the user, applicant, how those things. We just customize in the basic way that Salesforce provides us, like these are the steps that you need to cater to, and here are things that he can see all the details that he have filled. If he find that okay, this needs to be updated, he can go back and update those things. Going forward here, okay, now this came again. Now on the first step, what we have done, we have provided, when we're checking for eligibility, it's provided a very few little details, but now we have given financial detail, household detail and personal detail, all those different type of details. Now it's again showing this that you are applicable for these benefits. It's customizable how you want. For this demo purpose, we have gone through that you can apply for a single benefit at a time. So he click on that benefit, okay, I just wanted this benefit to be, and click on next. On this step, we are asking him to upload few documents like household member proofs, date of birth proofs, caste proof, income proof, all those details. To save some time, we'll just upload a file, that's image. And when he found that okay, we haven't made any upload required that you have to upload this, just for this demo you can customize this based on your requirement, what are the few documents that are required. So for now we'll just go with this one document, and now on the last screen he will be able to see the application ID. From there he can track, okay, this is the application that I have been submitted. To track the app, he can directly go to dashboard. Here he can come to submitted application, and he will be able to see, okay, this is the application that I have submitted.
So this is where he can do the monitoring of the application, where his application is sitting right now, what status it is in, when it was submitted and everything. Again, customizable, depends on us, how much information we want to show and everything. This was one of the flow from the applicant's point of view, right? That how he can go to the portal, how he can apply for any of the benefit scheme, right? Now we will be catering towards the government employee point of view, right? So when government employee logs in into the system, how he will be able to see all the application he needs to take care of, and and how he will move forward from there.
So when an government employee logs into his Salesforce account, he will be able to see this screen. It's again fully customizable based on how the government wants, how that specific client wants, that how I want to see all the application. He will be able to see all the applications that are here. The latest application that is submitted, it's 481. He can see this application, can open the app, and here on the record page he will be able to see few details like the type of application, how many household member, income, expenditure, and what is the benefit that he is applied for, and all few details that are required. And also the document that attached are here is also, and there are few functionality available.
So what you are seeing over here, this is we have created a flex card again from the same layer, right? And this is just to make it a little bit more presentable, more easily accessible for the employee, right? So from here, I mean, obviously if you go down, you will have all the details related to the application. Can you go down? These are all the details that has come over there. But just to, I mean, there might be 100 fields again, right? But what are the most important fields which might be eligible for him? We have catered to that, only showing the most relevant information. He can click on review account button to see all the details related to the participant. So once he does that, we will redirect him to the account page where he can see the personal information related to him. He will also be able to see the timeline of this account, when it was created, how it was created, if there are, I mean, all of this is configurable, right? You can also see if there are any existing benefits that he is already receiving, right? He might be part of the 5 existing benefit schemes, right? And this is the next one that he wants to have. So again, this is part of the 360-degree view that the Salesforce provide to have all of the information handy with you at any point of time. Check eligibility is something which he can click. Once he clicks on that, it will take you to the BRE, which is the business rule engine, and he can click on simulate just to verify that based on different outcomes, what are the results that he is going to get, right? So if he updates the the total house expenses or everything, then the results are going to be different depending on the different input. Now this is an optional step, right? We have just embedded it over here just to have this in the demo. There is a quite good possibility that when an employee is looking at an application, he doesn't have to go to such length, to where it won't make sense for him to try different outcomes, right? Because the input is already established, right? Whatever input has been provided by the applicant, only that is relevant to him, right? But this is just to give you a quick overview of the business rule engine, which is running in the backend. What are the different things which you can configure over there? You don't have to write any code for this. It is all configurable, right? It's a kind of very complex calculator that you have over here. There are multiple sections of this. You can do the calculation, you can have the conditions over there, right? All of that is possible through this, right? And once he has done that, he has verified all the things. Obviously, he will have to go through the attachments, all the documents. We haven't included that integration over here, but if that is possible, right, that can be done. Or either he will have to manually vet it, right, if the documents which have been provided, they are right or not. Once all of that has been done, then he will accept the application from here. So you will see that the status of the application has been accepted. Now, if can you go back to the portal? Here, the applicant Manish, anytime he logs in, he will be able to see that his application has been accepted, right? We can also include the email notification or some way to notify him, at what stage his application is running right now. Once the application has been submitted, that next step will be the benefit assignment. So basically, we have verified all the information. Now we need to deliver the benefit to that person. So that's where it will come in handy. What you are seeing over here is the benefits which are already associated with this application when he applied for it. And now after clicking on assign benefit, we have verified that this is the benefit that he is going to get. Disbursement is now, this is all configurable. You can automate this, that as soon as you assign the benefits, all the benefits throughout the whatever time period, it might be 1 year, 5 year, 2 years. For that time period of time, we will schedule the disbursement, right? So basically at monthly or 6 months or the quarterly or yearly basis, however he needs to, he is eligible for these benefits. For that, we will be creating the disbursements record. So now you can see that we have scheduled the disbursement for him, right? How much amount needs to be paid out, what is the entitled amount, when it should be starting, when it should be ending, everything is scheduled over here, right? And whatever records are there, he will be able to see all of those records. Okay, so we can go ahead. We will just give you the brief overview of all the components that we have utilized in our solution.
Thank you. So this is the template that we have used. It's a out-of-the-box template that Salesforce provide as a part of PSS, Benefit Assistance. We directly use, click on Get Started and directly use this template and did some modification there, did some customization there to get our needs. It's a simpler template that Salesforce provide. Then these are the features. When you set up your org, Salesforce provides, give you few programs, benefits, goals and all those things, object. You just have to enable these things. You don't have to do any manual work here. You just enable all those things and all those things are automatically available in the Salesforce as a objects, and you can directly create records and cater your needs.
So basically once you have acquired the licenses, after that all of these things will be available to you, but again to start utilizing them, you will have to enable all of these features.
Then these are few permission sets that you need to apply to specific personas for government employees and to individual constitutes. These are fully customizable. How many information you want to provide to a specific person, you can customize on the permission set level.
So again, for the different SKUs, I mean, how the Salesforce gives you these different features related to benefit management or anything. Once you have acquired the licenses, these out-of-box permission sets are available to you, right? Now it depends on you that how you want to utilize it, but for any particular user, if you want to give certain functionality, like in our scenario, the government employee was able to disperse the benefits, right? For him to be able to do that, he will have to have that permission set assigned to his user, right? So similarly, for all the functionalities which you want to enable, you will have to give each user that permission set, right?
So here are the two OmniScripts that we have utilized. Salesforce provides us out of the box OmniScripts. We just have cloned them and customize them to get our needs. We just simplified few things for demo purpose. Here are the two OmniScripts. Then we are having a business rule engine. This is the whole part. Business rule engine have multiple components. This is expression set, a part of business rule engine, where you did all those different type of calculation. Heavy loading can be done here. And then we will be having lookup tables. There are two type of lookup tables: decision matrix and decision tables. So decision matrix is something where you put an input and it automatically give you an output. Like there can be complex number can be here, like we have shown here, like you can be have like if household size is 1, the monthly income should be this, annual income should be this. If this is matched, then you are applicable for this benefit. Something like this. So this can be more complex and it will help a government employee, so he doesn't have to do all the calculation manually. Then here is a flow that Salesforce provide out of the box to create distribution disbursement records. There are one auto launch flow that is part of a schedule trigger flow. You can schedule this flow that at which point, at which time you want to create distribution records. Then success metrics, Vikas.
So once we have implemented everything, obviously the client is going to come to you and ask that what's the basis, on the basis of which you are going to judge if an implementation is good for you or not, right? Has it been beneficial for you or not? You know, what are the success metrics on the basis of which you will be doing the verification or utilizing that particular benefit. So these are a few success metrics which will come handy when you implement the benefit management. We can't give you any particular number as such, specific numbers, because we don't have that report specifically in the Indian market as of now. It's very new. We don't know the numbers, right? But if needed, if you say, then we can provide you certain reports by Forrester or other companies who have done extensive research on that how Salesforce PSS implementation is saving resources in terms of money, in terms of manual effort and everything for different clients, right? So they have basically taken up 6 clients, different companies, right? And they have talked to their CEOs and everyone, and on the basis of that, they have come up with some numbers, right? But we will keep it very generic. So if you implement the benefit management, what we were trying to drive through this whole session was the implementation cost is going to come down for a government, right? Because mostly it is low code, no code implementation that we are talking about, right? Most of the things are out of box. You have data architecture set up for you. You have a lot of tools and components which are out of box for you, right? You have business rule engines to cater to your need, where you can do the calculation, the complex calculation. Manual interventions are not required over there. The Experience Cloud, your website is up and running, right? As soon as you close the conversation, right? For the input, you will have the dynamic form. So a lot of out-of-box functionality which Salesforce is providing you, that is definitely going to cut the implementation cost plus the maintenance cost as well to keep it running, throughout the years, right? Time to apply and receive benefits. So basically, as soon as the applicant apply for it and receive the benefits, the overall timing gets reduced by multiple factors, right? So in today's world, if you want to, you need to go to the office and apply for there, and it takes a lot of time. So that is going to get reduced. Payment errors are basically you can do the integration with different sections and do the payment online, right? That will come down. What is going to increase is the response to business changes and security compliance. Salesforce provide out-of-box security features for you, right? So all of your data is secured, all of the applicants' data is secured through Salesforce. That is going to go up. The productivity of the caseworker will get increased, and you are overall going to have the improved outcomes if you implement the benefit management. These are a few resources to learn everything. We have trailhead videos, classes, documentation and all. Thank you. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you guys.